Greetings, fellow carbon-based bipeds. I am Scott Rose, and you are watching Explosions and Stuff. Today, I'll be reviewing the 1996 film Terminal Rush, starring Don the Dragon Wilson, Michael Anderson Jr., Roddy Piper, and Brian Warren. An overview of the movie? A group of terrorists seize Hoover Dam and threaten to blow it up unless they get $25 million. One of their hostages just happens to be the father of Sheriff's Deputy Jacob Harper. Harper becomes a one-man army as he infiltrates the dam and works his way to free the hostages. The pros of this movie? First of all, they did a great job of just establishing the main villain right from the beginning of the movie. Just right away, he was making this plan to infiltrate the dam, and there he was talking over it with his little henchman. And then one of his henchmen was like, "No, I disagree. I don't think that's a good idea." So then the main villain just takes out his gun and shoots that henchman, and then he dies. And then he asks around, does anybody else disagree with my plan? Does anyone else have any questions about it? No? Okay, good, because this is what we're doing. He did a great job just establishing himself as the bad guy right away. Also, Roddy Piper's performance in this movie, I absolutely loved it. Yes, it did take him a little while to build up. He was kind of calm at first, but as the movie went on, he just boiled over, and then he was just this sadistic asshole who loved killing people, who took a lot of enjoyment out of it. He was there for the sole purpose of killing people. He did a great job in his performance, especially at that moment when he decided that Harper's little antics got personal. The cons of this movie? Well, first of all, most of the cast in this movie was either really bored, didn't want to be there, or they just couldn't act to save their lives. Seriously, most of the cast in this movie seemed bored, like they were just doing it for a paycheck and they didn't actually care about the movie. Now, it's hard to make me care about the movie when your cast doesn't seem to care about the movie. That is a horrible thing to happen. Also, the action scenes in this movie were just boring and inconsistent. Not because the fighting was bad, but because they'd have like 1 or 2 minutes of fighting and action, and then they'd cut away to the scene of other people talking and having a conversation, and they'd show that for like 3 minutes, and then they'd go back to that fight scene and show it continuing for like a minute. And then they'd go back to another conversation. They just split up this action between these really dull conversations to the point where you didn't care about the action. It was boring and inconsistent, and they interrupted it constantly. Also, this movie was predictable as hell. I knew the ending of the movie after the first 10 minutes of the movie. That was just bad. I get that this is a popcorn flick. I mean, this isn't some epic movie. This isn't like Schindler's List or something. This is a direct-to-video popcorn movie. It's not supposed to be deep. Yeah, it's going to have a cliched storyline, but don't let me guess the ending of the movie 10 minutes into it. The best action scene of the movie? That would have to be Don the Dragon Wilson versus Roddy Piper. The two of them had this fight, and it was just fantastic. Now, it wasn't pretty, it wasn't beautiful, it wasn't like everybody knows Kung Fu. It was just pick up something and whack the other guy with it. It was just a straight-up brawl. We're talking people were getting hit with pipes, wrenches, computer monitors, anything they could get their hands on. They were just picking it up and swinging it at the other guy. And in a time period where people were making movies where just everybody knew Kung Fu, fight scenes like this are a welcomed change. My overall thoughts on the movie? The worst thing any movie can do is not make the viewer care about what's going on. I give this movie 1 thumb down. This movie was uninteresting, boring, and it's really hard to care about a movie when the people in it don't even seem to care. The only reason why this movie got 1 thumb down instead of 2 was because of Roddy Piper's performance in it. I can only think of one reason to even watch this movie, and that's because if there's an actor in it that you like and you want to see all of their work. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it and subscribe to my channel for new action movie reviews posted every week. Also, if you have any recommendations for movies you would like me to review in the future, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you and have a nice day.